Hello. In this video, I will explain schedule settings for execution plans in TrueSight Synthetic Monitor. In the execution plan settings, you see a summary of your current execution plan schedule. The settings currently showing here are the default settings. When you create an execution plan, these are the schedule settings that are set automatically. I will explain each of these settings in detail later on in this video. Click Edit Schedule to open the Execution Plan Schedule dialog box. In the Repetition section, set how often you want the execution plan to run. Repetition can be set in minutes or hours and must be a whole number. This means, for example, that if you want to set your execution plan to run every half hour, you should set it for every 30 minutes. In timeout period, set the number of minutes you want to allow the execution plan to run before it's stopped. If the execution plan reaches this limit, it is terminated. Execution plans that are terminated result in execution errors. Next, we'll select a scheduling time zone in the Advanced Settings section. This time zone affects the effective and expiration settings, which we'll get to further on in this video. There are two options available for time zone. The first is UTC, which is Coordinated Universal Time. This is a standard time zone that is exactly the same wherever you are in the world. It can be especially useful if you're trying to coordinate running a large number of execution plans in a large number of locations. The other option is T-agent time, which is the time zone that is configured on the computer where the T-agent that is running the execution plan is installed. Note that the time zone you select here may not be the time zone of the application being monitored or the time zone set in the user preferences of your presentation server. Let's try an example. Let's say your presentation server is configured according to Houston time, and you're setting the schedule of an execution plan that runs on a T-agent that is located in London. If you select T-agent time, the execution times will be scheduled according to London time, which is a difference of 6 hours from the time on your presentation server, which is in Houston. Random start time delay is a setting that is useful if you're running a large number of execution plans on the same T-agent. It helps distribute executions more evenly over time. Random start time delay sets the range during which your execution plan can start. The T-agent selects a random value from that range, and that's when the execution plan starts the first time. Subsequent executions will be at the scheduled intervals after this initial delayed start time. Let's try an example. The current time is 12 o'clock p.m., and our execution plan is set to run with an interval of 5 minutes. If the random value set by the T-agent is 1 minute and 54 seconds, the execution plan will run 1 minute and 54 seconds after the start time, meaning at 12:01 and 54 seconds, and then continue running at the scheduled intervals after this initial run. So it will run at 12:06:54 and at 12:11:54 and so on. Select Effective Immediately to make the execution plan start running immediately. Select Effective From to set a specific time and date from when you want the execution plan to run. When you select Effective From, the time that is initially displayed is the current time according to the user preferences in your presentation server, but the time you set here is actually based on your time zone selection above, either UTC or T-agent local time. To explain, we'll continue with our time zone example from earlier. In our example, your presentation server is set to Houston time, and your T-agent is set to London time. If you now select Effective From, the time you see here initially is the current time in Houston, which is 6 hours behind the time of your T-agent. This means that your execution plan will start in another 6 hours. Select Never Expire to set the execution plan to keep running forever, or select Expire On to select a specific date and time when you want the execution plan to stop running. Once again, these times are based on your selections above. When you're finished, click Save, and don't forget to click Save at the execution plan level as well to save your settings. I hope this video was helpful. Goodbye.